Hey people!
Hey guys, it's Jaden&Zane and Glendon coming back at you. Last weekend we were not able to do this like we usually do.
Yeah.
Zane was busy, Glendon was busy. It was busy.
hectic.
It was a busy weekend. So sorry for missing it, guys. It felt weird not being able to do it. We're gonna mix kind of last week's show with a couple of new things from this week's show. So this one might be a little bit longer, so it'll make up for you.
But don't worry, you've been missing us for a while.
So for the first thing, guys, congratulations are in order.
Yes.
Zane, our friend Glendon here today received his Eagle Scout, guys. So that's pretty big.
It's been pretty amazing.
I only got to be a wolf.
Cub Scouts.
Yeah.
But that's your favorite animal.
Yeah.
So it's hard to argue with that.
See? Grrr. So anyway, guys, now let's jump into Vanguard, our favorite card game that we talk about. The first thing I wanted to talk about was I was asked to evaluate a little bit on the meta right now. Well, the meta right now, 3 words: Raging Form Dragon.
Yeah. Pretty amazing, gotta say.
This thing, guys. Let me pull out a visual aid here. This is what I've been playing at my locals the last few weeks. This guy in the late game pressures so hard, it's hard for your opponent to deal with.
Yeah, he's tough.
Have you personally played this deck yet?
I haven't played it personally, but I've played against it.
What do you think about it?
I think it's even easier to get off than Descendant.
I have not played it.
Which is better.
Well, we can arrange that.
Yeah.
But this guy, he is grade A nasty. If you are going to any like major regional qualifiers, if you're going to compete at a big tournament at your locals, it's a safe bet that there's going to be plenty of this there. For the simple fact being is in the end game he can punish you. In the rest for the meta, you can expect plenty of Link Joker.
Yep, of course. Had to happen. Set 12 already. So.
Set 12 was their debut.
Right.
Sure. He'll take it.
Thank you. I play Buddy Fight.
Free merchandise, guys.
I'd happily show you.
So you can expect plenty of Revengers, plenty of Link Joker. Narcommy's still a thing. Seal Dragons are still a thing.
I don't know if it's even popular anymore, really. I mean, I know it was set 11 because that's when Dauntless and him came out, and so people used to run Dauntless with him.
Well, Dauntless in the end I still have it as a top 5 deck. For the simple fact being, the end is being guaranteed 2 attacks. That is nasty.
Yeah.
And you're looking forward to the Rebirth, which
I am.
basically takes the end and gives him that 3rd attack. That's not right.
That's not. Yeah, it shouldn't be fair. And giving the crossroad number 2.
And speaking about Link Joker, we want to remind you guys, it can be beat.
It's not impossible.
Ask Zane here. I think you've beaten Link Joker more than you've lost to it.
Maybe. I haven't fought too many in my time, but in the past I have before like it got too strong. So there's ways to do it.
I think the number one problem is people get so scared of a lock that they get so nervous that they'll second guess themselves, and that's what makes them lose.
Yeah.
The best thing to do, guys, like I told you in those videos I made, quit whining about Link Joker and tips on Link Joker, is just last them out. Because remember, if you can get a Link Joker player to counterblast all their damage, you got them.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time unless trigger shenanigans happen, which we've played Vanguard before. Trigger shenanigans can and will happen.
Usually pushes the game to that final point where you were not expecting it too early.
I mean, we've all talked about this. We've all won a game because of triggers that we shouldn't have.
Nope. Yep.
And we've all have lost games because of triggers when we deserve to get triggered. Double critting on 3 when you're on 3 damage.
Exactly.
It's like someone sticks a knife in your heart, and it's just like, this isn't fair.
I earned my fight here. Now I gotta end it. Now.
But continuing the talk on the meta, we're going to talk about underdog decks of the format. What is a deck that you think that could sneak in and surprise people in this current format that we're experiencing until May?
You know what? I'm gonna let you pick that one first because I got some time. Honestly, Great Nature is doing pretty amazing already.
Well, I like Great Nature because it maintains hand advantage.
Right.
In this meta, one of the great ways to counter Link Joker is, while I didn't mention this, as long as you can maintain a good amount of hand advantage to guard their attacks, it really helps them. You really need perfect guards and also to block their major attacks. So that's really big. An underdog deck that that I have fallen victim to once, I know of, is Tachikaze.
They are rough to fight.
Because the ancient dragons in the late game, they get so big. So if you don't have a perfect guard, if you're even having to guard for 2 to pass, by the off chance they get through, you're in trouble. And by in trouble, I mean...
Oh, you're fine.
And by in trouble, I mean in deep shit. And by in deep shit, I mean you're probably losing...
Losing yours or inside Dino duty.
Another one, I still think Classic The End.
Yep.
Classic Majesty could still be fine.
Majesty's an amazing deck. I would almost run it in one of these tournaments. I would.
Yeah, I mean, I think I might do that. I think next weekend I might play Majesty.
That would be.
I might bust out Majesty.
Because it's a 12K. I mean, 11Ks can't hit it normally off the bat. It's always got a crit, and you're playing blasters. Nothing wrong with blasters. You get rid of field. Escapulate for those that are risky with it. I have one in my deck.
Yeah. Okay, now here's a topic I was asked to discuss because there is a rumor that Bushiroad here in the American meta is going to give Conroe the Barkle hammer.
I really hope
you can't use him as your starter anymore. What is your feeling on that? Because I know because you have been looking forward to Transcendent Vague for a long time. So tell us, what do you think Bushiroad's going to do this, and why do you not agree with it?
So, all right. So we have the first grade 4 that's legal to use nowadays.
Minus the Great Nature that we had a long time ago.
That is so long gone now. And we had a perfect mechanic. Like I said, I think Kagero has the best units in the game. I will stand by that no matter what. So, with that in mind, somebody that can search a grade 1 can search the guy that gets you the ability to switch out a grade 3 from your hand if you have Vogue in your hand, or it's either you have a grade 3 in your hand and it switches for Vogue, or you get the Vogue and then you switch for a grade 3.
Well, the grade one is you reveal the grade 1, you take any Vague card and swap it for any grade 3 in your deck, and then the grade 2 is you reveal it to search out the grade 4.
Right.
That's how it is, I believe.
I think so.
But I do know for a fact that the grade 1 is you reveal it, you reveal a Vague card, you put that card back, and you get to search out the grade 3 for your deck, which is going to be Dauntless.
Yeah. And no matter what, I think I think anybody can agree that it's probably a pretty essential card to the deck, considering if you're having to fit in grade 4s now, you're going to have some issues, especially if you get your perfect hand, except instead of a grade 3, you're stuck with that grade 4.
So now you're stuck at that grade 4. Because, see, my whole thing was if they hit Conroe, I think that's going to hurt their sale. Because what that deck is, it's a model of consistency. If you say, you're only going to be able to play 4 grade 3s and 4 grade 4s to make this deck work, and if you don't destroy your grade 3, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So I think if they did give Conroe the treatment, I think it would hurt the sales. I do, however, do not think it would kill the deck.
It would not kill the deck.
You would have to move to Red Pulse Draco Kid, the grade 3 searcher.
Pretty much.
Because he would let you search out a grade 3 or higher, so you could take Vague if you wanted to. And then you could play maybe 1 to 2 Conroe as Rotas to search for that grade 1 to get the card in the hand.
It's always handy to run a Conroe.
Or, in worst case scenario, the Conroe could just be a shield.
Yeah, 10K, why not?
So, but that's just a couple ideas. I think
I don't think it'll be good for the deck.
Because in the long run, Conroe is still a much better starter than Barkle was. Maybe Barkle was better for its time.
I gotta say, I keep reading up on Barkle and Blue and everything. I wonder why people even bother with it. It was just a superior ride into Blaster Blade while you already had a damage, so you had to wait a turn anyway. It's just like,
you technically weren't gaining a plus out of it.
There was nothing beneficial about it. Losing 2 triggers from your deck, and you have to wait a turn just to ride.
All this did was it set up Soul Saver. That's all he did.
That's it. That's not great enough.
And at worst case scenario is if your opponent survived that Soul Saver push, Soul Saver is a 10K Vanguard. Yeah, he swings for 13, but...
Right, now back in the day, it was alright, but...
Well, I don't think... now in the current game state, Conroe is much better.
Yes, absolutely.
Even if Barco was legal, I would
use
say Conroe would still be better.
Yeah.
Because Conroe is a model consistency. Because, you have all these cards that says search for this, search for this. All Conroe says is search out a grade 1 Kagura.
Yeah.
Or lower.
Add it to your hand. So grab that perfect guard.
Yeah.
Grab that 8K booster.
We're not trying to superior ride or anything. We're just trying to grab something nice from our deck.
Yeah, which, I can understand why they might want to hit it, because they don't want to see everybody playing vague.
There's going to be so many Kagura players, I got to say.
Yeah,
Maybe not that many great players, but there's still going to be players.
Well, there's going to be a lot of Kagura players. It's going to kind of be like when Majesty in the End came out.
Yep.
People who never touched Royal Paladin or
Give
Kagura.
me, it's meta, give me.
At least when me and you play it, we were with Kagura during the bad times. During the Vortex Dragon times. You remember them days?
I do, and I don't see why people ran it even then.
Whenever I think of those days, I just pull out Dauntless in the End. Okay, we're at a better place now.
Yeah, it's okay. We can't be hurt by water dragons anymore in our own deck.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so last topic before we get into the question. Me and Zane want to tell you guys, if there's ever a topic you want us to discuss,
Oh, yeah.
give us a topic. We'll talk about it. We'll love talking about topics. We'll talk about anime, we'll talk about card games, we'll talk about movies, we'll talk about video games, we'll talk about music, we'll talk about whatever you guys want.
Anything we have somewhat of a basis on or not, we can.
We'll do some research and we'll learn.
We can do so.
So, all right.
Do some live research.
So let's get into these questions. We have 15 today, the 10 from last week, and 5 more for this week.
Okay.
So anyway, and these questions are probably
There's some up there.
the most stretched out, different brand of questions we've ever had. There's a little bit of everything in these 15 questions. So Zane, I'll let you be the first to answer question
Sure.
number 1. You can become any superhero and take on their lifestyle and their job. Which superhero would you be?
Oh, God.
Take a guess by the jacket. And don't say Punisher.
I have no idea, actually.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider. You're Ghost Rider or Spider-Man, but definitely Ghost Rider.
Ghost
Do you
Rider.
consider Doctor Who a superhero?
No, but yes, that's same
I consider him a vigilante, not a superhero.
It's not in the traditional sense of like him being from a comic book.
I think for me, I think I'd have to say Batman.
Batman's pretty awesome.
He has the cool house. He has all the cars. He has the money. He has the butler. And he has a cave. Bruce Wayne created the term man cave.
He did, yeah.
So.
And there he's like,
What about you,
yeah.
I'd have to agree with you on Batman.
It would be pretty cool to be Batman. Let's see. Let's think. Maybe one more. Not Superman. I wouldn't want to be a reporter.
Nah, that wouldn't be that great of a job.
I wouldn't mind being Aquaman, because then you could go scuba diving and you'd never have to pay for gear.
Exactly.
And then you could maybe get the people you don't like and go swimming in the ocean and go,
Call
hey,
some sharks.
hey, see that guy right there? I don't like him. And all of a sudden, then when the people come and save him, you can appear all emotional.
I can't believe it happened.
The problem I have that most people don't seem to understand, Aquaman can only talk to fish. He can't control them.
They're usually going to help him though.
Yeah, usually they will
Okay,
help him,
put yourself
but
in
he
the
can
mind
only
of a
talk to him.
fish. They're probably thinking,
They don't
wow,
want-
this guy can understand me.
Okay, I'll do whatever you say.
We're bros.
Yeah.
If I ever get caught on a fish hook, I think this guy will save me.
And,
All right.
And on a grimmer note, if you happen to just get lost on a desert island and stuff, and let's say you're not swimming and you're hungry,
Yeah.
call some tuna up to you.
Yeah.
Have some meal.
What about the episode of Family Guy when when Aquaman is using all the fish to do all his chores?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
can
go
you
grab me a beer.
Yeah, and can you keep the salt water out of it, please?
Keep some water out of it. We're surrounded by salt water.
Yeah, I just said, can you try?
Yeah, okay, sure. You want me to wipe your... I was like, what?
Well,
Hang on a
anyways,
sec.
before we go to question 2, guys, we'll jump over to part 2 of the episode. So thank you
job,
guys for
kids.
watching. Be sure to check out part 2.